Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Scenarios. This is where we look at things in the NBA that are never going to happen, or might happen. I mean, because, this is actually a very realistic scenario right here. And there was actually trade rumors that the LA Lakers, and of course, with the Kobe Bryant era ending, a new all-star, superstar player is going to join this team, of course, and take the reins of Kobe Bryant. Just because of the Los Angeles Lakers, history and whatnot in the game of basketball. And there's rumors of guys like Demar Derozan, Hassan, Whiteside, players like that joining this team. Even Kevin Durant, but we're not actually looking at Kevin Durant here, since he's still playing in the playoffs as I'm making in this video. But actually, we're looking at a 2017 roster that I put together based off some trade rumors, and that is Demar Derozan, assuming they draft Ben Simmons #1 overall, assuming they get that top draft pick. I mean, this, of course, could be Brandon Ingram or Buddy Hield, or I think they have potential of actually losing that draft pick, too. I think that's a potential thing, too. And also Hassan Whiteside. Because look at this team here, right here, guys. This is a playoff team. Now, you look at the bench right here. You got Lou Williams, and you got Jordan Clarkson. I think if they signed DeRozan, Clarkson probably would go elsewhere just because, he's obviously a starting guard in this league. And I don't really think he'd want to go and be that role player. Where Lou Williams, he of course has been a six-man for a good portion of his career, if not all of it. I know a lot of it, though. So he doesn't mind playing that position. And then you got some, Larry Nance Jr. This guy's actually a pretty good player. I think he will be a good player at least. And then I just got some random bench dudes here. Nick Young, I don't think he'd be on the team anymore since the little drama there with D'Angelo Russell. So of course this is just a very saturated version of what this team could be. But really the main point of it is to see the new All-Stars on this team, DeRozan and Whiteside, and also the young rookie potential superstar Ben Simmons, who the reason I like this lineup is because I think Ben Simmons could also play the 4 spot, especially in a league that's been dominated by small ball over the past few years. Looking at the Golden State Warriors, I think a lineup with Ben Simmons at the 4 would actually work out very well with this team. You maybe put more of a shooter at the small forward position. So that's definitely potential right there. Even DeRozan could really rock the 3 position right there, and you can put Lou Williams at the 2 or Jordan Clarkson at the 2 even. So really small ball seems to be taking over the NBA these days. But this is just one trade rumor I want to look at. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate this season. I actually am in the 2016-2017 season, so the teams are all looking a little bit different right here. Let me see what Kevin Durant actually ended up doing, man. Let's see what team he actually ended up going to, because he might have just stayed with the Thunder, man. All right, yeah. I'm in this scenario, he stayed with the Thunder, didn't sign elsewhere, so he's on that team. I think Kobe didn't retire either, which is just ridiculous, man. Come on, 2K, you could just make Kobe retire. You could just do that. Okay, let's go ahead and simulate this season. See how this team does. I do think this team definitely is a playoff team. Hassan Whiteside, DeMar DeRozan, and Ben Simmons, who has potential to be a really good player. I think this is a playoff team. Plus D'Angelo Russell. I know he's a snitch, but that doesn't mean he's a bad basketball player. You'd be a snitch, you'd be a great basketball player. It really doesn't affect your game whatsoever. So, that's big right there. Really, for this scenario, I think what might hurt this team is the bench unit. Besides for Lou Williams and Jordan Clarkson, they don't really have much of a bench because I didn't really know who to sign. It's you can just kind of guess. I mean, you can just kind of get some role players and do that. But actually looking at this team, wow, we're actually not all that great. It's still early in the season, but fan interest is kind of going down. Maybe they're not liking this squad or something together. Not really sure. But let me know in the comment section below, guys. What do your favorite basketball team? What kind of moves do you think they're going to make this offseason? I like to do some more of these kind of scenarios where we just kind of speculate and just kind of put a squad together. I think that's kind of an interesting way to do this. I'm going to tell you guys, free agent period, around, the trade deadline, those times where, trades are really happening. I love that time of the year of basketball just because it's really interesting to see the business side of things and see the reason why a team makes a certain trade. The Lakers, why bring DeRozan to this team? Well, he's going to help, he's got playoff experience now, which is one good thing. He's still a young player, but it's really about building something for the future, because he's a piece to the grand scheme of the puzzle. So you got a backcourt DeMar DeRozan and D'Angelo Russell. That could be your backcourt for the next 10 years. That's a great backcourt, and you just got to work around putting the pieces around them. Today's the trade download to stop simulation. No. So that's one thing right there. And Hassan Whiteside, he was definitely a late bloomer in this league, but the numbers he puts up, man, I did read a statistic that the reason he did not win Defensive Player of the Year is because he doesn't actually make his team better defensively, which I think is just asinine. you can look at statistics, that's fine and everything, but I want to see what's going on in the court, like what I'm seeing with my eyes. I don't care about the numbers all the time. You know, when I see Hassan Whiteside altering shots and throwing shots back, I don't care what the statistics say, man. Like, him doing that is better than your center being like Joel Anthony. Well, actually, Joel Anthony could probably throw back some shots too. Maybe I was gonna say Kwame Brown, but he's the GOAT, so you can't really say him. You know, just like centers that just kind of go out there and don't do all that much. I mean, Hassan Whiteside, he changes the game for whatever team he'll be on. You know, I promise you that. Kevin Durant actually won MVPs. Ben Simmons, our rookie, won Rookie of the Year. And yo, look at those numbers, man. That's a young man right there. He can play 1 year at college. Well, he's gonna be like what, 19 years old. Just being able to pass, rebound the basketball, play some defense. He should not be shooting 3-pointers. I know that. That's at 10%. Don't even be attempting them, man. I've seen that jump shot too. Like, that's the one thing you need to work on is that jump shot form, and that's coming from a guy that has a horrible basketball form. All right, let's see if any Lakers made the All-NBA team. Probably not. Maybe DeRozan. Oh, actually, Kyle Lowry, you know, having to pick up the slack there on the Raptors. But no Lakers on here. Hassan Whiteside did make the All-Defensive second team. Of course, we got Ben Simmons making the All-NBA first team. But let's see. So we finished 41-41. We did make the playoffs as an 8th seed, which, you know, going from the worst team in the league to going to the 8th, or, well, one of the worst teams, 76ers are probably worse, to making the playoffs, that's a big jump for just 1 year, you know? Like, a lot of teams, it takes them a while to build up to that point, you know? That's like, okay, this 1 year they were the worst team. Next year they're the 3rd worst team. The year after that they're the 5th worst team. After that, oh, they might make the playoffs, or they might just miss the playoffs. Now, I do think this team would definitely sign some more bench players, and as you can see, our guys are actually getting tired here from, you know, lack of depth. So it's just a very small sample size. Don't, you know, take it with a grain of salt, guys. But this is more along the lines to see what kind of numbers would be put up by these players and kind of how they would work out together. But really, you know, the fatigue is a big factor right here, just because we don't have the right bench guys on here. But like I said, there's no way of knowing that. Looking at the player stats right here, DeRozan actually was the leading scorer on the team with 23 points per game, few rebounds, few assists. How old is he? I mean, he's 27 years old, so I wouldn't say he's young, but he's really in the prime of his career. Like, I say up to like early 30s is when your prime kind of ends, and it kind of starts at like the age of 25, 26, in my opinion. D'Angelo Russell, who is only oh my god, this dude's so young. This guy's so young, and he's putting up great numbers already. So really, just make the playoffs with this team. It's like, you get the right players around here, you're gonna be a damn good team in the future, man. And Ben Simmons, our 3rd leading scorer, and just putting up all good around numbers. That's great for him. Lou Williams, good scorer off the bench. Julius Randle, another good young player, 22 years of age, missed his rookie season because of a broken leg. He played literally the first quarter of his rookie season, then broke his leg, and game over there. But this is still a player that was a lottery pick and still a good potential right there. Hassan Whiteside, you know, like I said, he's gonna throw back shots. He's going to do some rebounding, and I really think the potential to pick and roll with Hassan Whiteside and D'Angelo Russell could be deadly. It could kind of go back to that New Orleans team back with Chris Paul and Tyson Chandler, like that pick and roll. That was really nice right there. Amari Stoudemire, Steve Nash. And really even Ben Simmons can run the pick and roll. The way with his passing ability, I think that's definitely a possibility. You know, Jordan Clarkson, of course, his numbers are going to go down because he's no longer a starter. But let's go ahead, guys, simulate this playoffs right. I imagine we're going to be a first round out to the OKC Thunder. But who knows? Maybe there'll be an upset. Simulate current round. We might get swept. Okay, we won a game. Oh my god! We beat... I never beat the Thunder, man. It's programmed into the game that you were supposed to lose to the Thunder, man. Bro, we just beat the damn Thunder in Game 7. Oh, man. Yo. Look at that. Look at the numbers from that backcourt, man. Even Ben Simmons stepping up, putting up all good all-around numbers. Let's go. I don't care if we lose the second round. Simulate current round. Okay, yeah, we lost there, but man, just that's pretty damn impressive, man. That's pretty damn impressive that we beat the Thunder in the first round, upset them as an 8 seed. So that's pretty good right there. Maybe Kevin Durant should have joined the Lakers. Who knows? Okay, simulate the rest of this here. And we got the San Antonio Spurs actually sweep. That brings back some bad memories, I'm sure, for some Cleveland fans. LeBron, with the first time he went to the finals, he got swept by the San Antonio Spurs. Let's go ahead and look at playoff stats here. And, yeah, very impressive, man. Like, DeRozan, a good scorer. Like, I'm pretty much the same numbers. Ben Simmons, this guy really is very impressive. And this spot could very well be Brandon Ingram, you know, a guy like that, too. So, I just assume Ben Simmons, because I assume they're taking the first pick. You know, Julius Randle, good numbers for him, 2 good rebound numbers, well, solid rebound numbers. Could get a little bit better for a big guy, but, you know, he's still young himself. Anyway, I hope you guys all enjoyed this trade scenario. Be sure to hit that like button and let me know your trade thoughts about the LA Lakers, what kind of players are going to join this team, and also your favorite team. Thank you all so much for watching, and peace out.